If you have been using Snowflake or learning Snowflake, you might have heard or used Snowsight Modern Web UI. But have you ever thought why the Snowsight is still in the preview mode? Have you ever used Snowsight to improve your or your team's productivity by using its feature-packed function like shared worksheet, folders, dashboard, filters, and many more? If not, then stay tuned until the end of this video. Each section of this video will give you a quick and depth overview of all the features which will make you fully aware of Snowsight power and its limitation compared to legacy web UI. I can guarantee that this 30 minutes quick video on Snowsight will make you a more effective Snowflake practitioner and bring a lot of day-to-day productivity and make you more confident executing Snowflake project. Hello and warm welcome to my channel Data Engineering Simplified and to this Snowflake video series, a real jumpstart course for data professionals. We will learn everything about Snowflake and gain hands-on experience on every unique feature of Snowflake using Snowflake Free Trial Edition. I hope you would enjoy this visual guided tour on Snowflake. So let's start with the chapter 5, Snowflake Snowsight. What is covered in this chapter? What is Snowflake Snowsight? It's a replacement of legacy web UI SQL worksheet. How to access Snowsight app and one-time setup. Switching roles and feature walkthrough Snowsight versus legacy web UI. As and when we go through the different menus and section, I will let you know whether this feature is available in legacy web UI or this is a completely new feature in Snowsight. We'll cover profile menu, worksheet menu, data dashboard menu, data menu, a compute menu, and account menu. Snowsight takes a very different approach to keep the different submenus under a main menu. So all account object belongs to account menu, all compute object belongs to compute menu, all data like your tables, views, stored procedure belongs to data menu, and your dashboard and worksheet is more like your working playground, and profile menu allows you to switch your roles. We will also learn how to create folders, how to work on a worksheet, how to use the data profiling feature, and how to share the worksheet. Creating dashboard, filters, and dashboard sharing, which are very new in Snowsight and not available in legacy web UI, what we have seen in the previous chapter. Role hierarchy visualization using graph and table view, very latest feature, recently released. Multiple account switching, which is also a limitation within the legacy web UI. So this is how our chapter 5 looks like. We have already covered Snowflake legacy web UI in a chapter 4, and if you have missed that video, please refer the card above. If you really want to master Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse, I would recommend you to look into my channel's playlist. The playlist section includes SnowPro and Advanced Certification Guide, mock question series, important SQL functions, Snowflake connector series, Snowflake features and limitations, and many more real-life hands-on videos. By watching my free video series, many data engineers, leads, and architects, and even managers are getting certified in SnowPro Core and Advanced Certification. And the success rate is very, very high. I'm not lying. Just look into the comment. You don't need to buy any expensive courses. Just subscribe to my channel and I guarantee that you would easily learn this technology and get certified in just few weeks. So one small favor, if you're learning from my channel and my content, please hit the like button, and this gesture will make me super happy, and YouTube will also promote this video to other audiences who are willing to learn the Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse. Snowsight app is a feature-packed tool and highly underutilized by many developers. You can see on the left side that so many menus and so many features are there. All the item colored in a green will take you to different tab on your browser. The colors which are marked in amber or yellow are completely new feature, are not available in the legacy web UI. So we will go through each of them and see them working live. The web UI is sleek and very intuitive. Data profiling like Power BI or a Tableau, dashboard, and filter make a good choice to share your initial data analysis with visuals and graph quickly. Some of the features are not available natively with any other Snowflake interfaces like legacy web UI or a CLI or SnowSQL or different Snowflake connectors. At the time of recording, Snowsight is a preview app and not a GA feature. It is available to all the Snowflake editions except government regions. So let's get into a hands-on exercise and start using the Snowflake Snowsight app. My legacy web UI, and you can see all the menu on the top. This app preview icon or a tab is available for all the user within legacy web UI. So whether you are account admin, a general ETL developer, in all the cases, you will have this app preview menu available. You click on this app and it will open a new tab within your browser. If you are accessing the Snowsight app first time, it will ask you to authenticate and then it will allow you to proceed further. I'm using my user ID and password and clicking on sign in button. As soon as you complete your login procedure, it will come to this page. It allows you to import all your worksheet from your legacy web UI. Sometime you have to contact your administrator or to allow you to access the Snowsight app. And that's what I would request you to use the free edition of Snowflake to get more practical experience on this tool. This URL is different from the URL what you have been accessing so far. So here your URL start with your account number. However, in Snowsight, your account number comes at the end. Before I get into the live demo and hands-on exercise, let's understand how the overall tabs are structured. So the first comes the profile menu, which has a submenu called switch roles, profile, partner connect, documentation, and sign out. These two items are marked in a green. So when you click on these menus, it will take you to a different tab within your browser. Next comes your worksheet. In the worksheet, you can add a new worksheet, and the new worksheet allows you to write SQL with autocomplete and SQL formatting and many more features. You can also import a worksheet from your legacy web UI. You can search a particular worksheet. You can also track your worksheet history. You can duplicate a worksheet. You can create a new folder, and you can manage different filters. So all the items marked in a yellow color are new in the Snowsight, and they are not available in your legacy web UI, and sometimes it is not available in any other interface given by the Snowflake as on today. Next comes your dashboard, very powerful feature, and it gives a competition to the Power BI and a Tableau kind of a reporting things. It cannot be compared with Power BI and Tableau BI. However, it gives you an easy playground for an analyst or for a developer to quickly create a dashboard. So here you can add a new dashboard and add the worksheet within the dashboard. You can manage filters. You can view different dashboard like recent, shared with me, my dashboard. You can delete and duplicate a dashboard, and you can also share the dashboard, a very powerful feature. Then it comes to the data tab. Within the data tab, you can create databases, you can add database, and within the database, you can see the information schema. Within that, you have all the views. Then for each of the database, you can see table, view, stages, data pipeline, functions, and procedures. As on today, functions and procedures are a new feature within the Snowsight. They are also not available in your legacy web UI. Within the data, you can also see the share data. So you can add share, you can share with me, you can see shared with me, shared by my account, and reader account. You will have access to this menu only if you have account admin kind of privileges. From the data menu, you can also go to the marketplace. It will open a marketplace for you. Next comes to the compute. Within the compute, we can check the query history, we can check the warehouses, and from there you can add warehouses. You can also have a resource monitoring, and you can add the resource monitoring. This entire menu set is very different legacy web UI. Next comes your account tab, very important tab for administrator or data ops people. Here you can manage all the usage, what kind of consumption I have it, what is my storage consumption, what is my transfer consumption, then what kind of role I have it. You can see through the graph and table, very, very powerful features. You can also see all the users, you can search user, you can add user if you have the privileges. You can also see the security menu through which you can see all the network, you can add network, and you can see all the sessions made by different user or different connector. And finally, you have the billing tab. The last two menus are classic console. So you can switch back to the classic console, or you can go to the legacy web UI. They also call it classic console. And you can also switch account if you have access to multiple account. So let's start with the profile menu. So the moment you click on the profile menu, your name would be visible, followed by switch role, followed by profile, partner connect, and documentation. When you click on the documentation, it will open up the Snowflake documentation. When you click on the partner connect, it will take you to the partner connect page. When you click on a profile, it will open a profile we have seen in the legacy web UI. And when you click on this switch role, all the roles are visible here. One of the important thing you have to remember here, if you switch a role, all your worksheet will start following this role. As soon as I switch my role to the account admin, I can see that my profile tab changed to the account admin. If I switch my role to the ETL developer, this changes to the ETL developer. So this is how your profile works, and it is very important thing to understand how you can switch the role instead of switching the role from every worksheet. If I click into the profile, let's see what does it bring. So here you can see you can upload your photo, your first name and last name will be visible. You can also change your password, and you can also enroll for multi-factor authentication. This overall look and feel is very sleek, and it gives you a different level of feeling. When I click onto the partner connect, it opens a new window within the same page, and you can see all the partner connects, and you can opt for one of the tool available to you. If I click on the documentation, it opens up a new documentation and it takes me to the Snowsight web page. If I click on a sign out, it will log me out from my session and it kills the session. Let's jump into the next menu, worksheet, and see how those menus and submenu work within the worksheet. So as soon as you click on the worksheet, you would be able to see a screen like this where you have this search bar, and if you click on the search bar, you would be able to search all the worksheet which you have created. Here we have this triple dot which will help you to create a new folder. You can also import a worksheet, you can also manage filters, and you can create a worksheet from an SQL file. If you click on the import worksheet, it will analyze your legacy or classic web UI, which they call a classic console, and from there you would be able to import all your worksheet. So let me try that out. So all my 23 worksheets are imported successfully, and these worksheets are available within this classic web import, which I have renamed. I can also add a new worksheet. Let me click on this tab and see how does it look like. So as soon as you click on the new worksheet, it will open up a new worksheet, and on the left hand, all the databases which you have access to are visible, and it looks like exactly the data explorer similar to the legacy web UI. Here you can click on this button and expand. Everything is visible to you. One important thing to notice, the tables, views, stages, data pipeline, functions, and procedure, all of them are separate menu, which is slightly different compared to the legacy web UI. Here when you click on the table, all the tables are visible. When you click on the stages, all the stages are visible. If you click on the procedure, all the procedures are available. And if you click on the data pipeline, all the pipes, stream, and task are visible to you. So very nice feature and easy to navigate. If you click on the information schema shows all the views which are shared with your account. Here I have a triple dot. This triple dot helps you to refresh. So if somebody is adding and somebody is giving access to a new database or a new schema, by using this refresh function, use the refresh. There is another feature called pinned. So if you would like to pin a particular table for your quick reference, you can click on a triple dot and you can pin them. The moment you pin them, this table which you think is needed very frequently, you can pin them and you can access them. From here, you can also unpin them. If you click on the show detail, it will quickly show all the detail, very similar to the legacy web UI, and it says that it has a 5 rows, it has a salary, current role, and invoker role function. Here you have not selected any database. It will allow you to select a database. So I am selecting a database, and from here you can choose a schema. So I have selected my schema. Here on the top, you can see I have a system admin role and I'm using a compute warehouse. So click on this and you can choose whatever role you want to choose and whichever compute you want to use it for this worksheet. Let me write a very simple select statement for you. What you have observed, this automatically colors or does the formatting for you. Now, if you have to run this query, you can simply press Control Enter or Command Enter from your machine and it will bring the result. You can also click on this object and hide the left panel. You can again click on the object and the left panel will reappear. You can only click on the query and the query panel will disappear. You click on the query back, the query panel will reappear. You click on the result panel will hide. If you click back and if it is highlighted, what does it mean that this is visible? This is how my overall data looks like. On the right side of the panel, you can also see all the data profiling is visible to you very easily. It says the salary is a text field, current role is a text field, and invoker role is a text field. Let me take the sample data which will help you to understand this menu more appropriately. So I'm going to click and open the Snowflake sample data. I'm going to take a table called customer table. I can also run this query by clicking on this button. So the moment I click on this button, it starts running the query and now the result is available. I want to use the full screen. So I click on this object and hide my left menu. I also want to hide the query. Now my full screen is visible. Each of the data set, it has already done the data profiling. So it says that I have a query detail which took 231 millisecond for a compilation. It took 105 millisecond for execution. So it took total 336 millisecond for query execution. So this is how the query execution looks like. You can copy the query ID or you can view the query profile. Let me go to the view query profile. This is how the query profile looks like, which is very similar to the legacy web UI. Again, I'm going back to my worksheet. Here, whenever there is a 1, 2, 3, it means it is a fixed value. Whenever there is a text, it shows with A and capital A. If you are familiar with Power BI or a Tableau, they also do the data profiling and indication of the field type using this kind of notation. Very important thing that if you go to a field like national key, it will give you the distribution of the data. And here when we talk about a field called market segment, which is again a kind of a master data or coming from a master data, it will indicate you how many, if you perform a group by query, what is the group by count you will get it under the market segment. So very important thing, you don't have to spend too much of time. And if you click on the plus button, it will show you the 5 distinct value and how these distinct values are distributed with the column value. So let me clear the selection. So very nice. Here you can also click on the search, and suppose I want to search for a household. All the household will be visible. Let me clear this. I can also download this data in a CSV format, or I can also hide the stats. So this is how this overall worksheet function looks like. So you can also apply a filter like a date filter, and according to this filter, your particular column will be applied automatically. So you can really generate a nice filter based worksheet which you can share with your business analyst or a business team without going outside of the Snowflake environment. And you don't have to download in an Excel file. You don't have to share your data in a different format. So very, very powerful feature and very, very good productivity idea. Here I have a share function. When I click on the share button, it will allow me to share this worksheet with other people within the organization. I can click on a get link and the link is copied, and this link you can give it to someone else. So this is how the share function works. I'm not getting into too much detail with the share function, and you refer my Snowsight playlist which covers each of them in a complete detail with hands-on exercise. Another important feature called history feature. So this feature will help you to track your history, and as and when you start working, closing your worksheet, it will keep track of this one. This feature is not super cool as on today because there is no integration with Git, or you cannot really compare side by side. However, you can really use this feature that what you have done yesterday or what you have done today, and if you have mistakenly deleted any SQL content, you can go back to this timestamp and use it. I can also choose to show the data in a different chart format. I can click on that and the entire chart view is visible to me. From this menu, I can choose bar chart, scattered chart, heat grid, and scorecard. Right now, my data is not a very meaningful data. However, I can choose the different chart and I can use this chart in a dashboard to make it available for any analyst to see the data through the sharing function. So let's say that I have not formatted my query appropriately and I would like to format the entire worksheet. So I can click on this button and I can move this worksheet to a different folder. You can create a different folder. I can duplicate this one. I can click on the format query and it will format my entire query. I can also delete the worksheet and I can also show a shortcut. So let me click on the format query and see how my worksheet changes. And this is super cool. So it has formatted my entire worksheet, and it follows a standard SQL linter or formatting, which will help me to see in a very nice manner. Now let's go back to the home page. And when you go back to the worksheet, there are a couple of more options available. So all your recent worksheet will come under recent menu. If something has been shared with you, you would be able to see them here. My worksheet. So all your worksheets are available. And if you have created a folder, like I have created a folder called Classic Web Import, all those items will come here. And one important thing to note, whichever folder you have created, that folder will be managed by a particular role. In this case, it is a system admin. Let's create a new folder. So I'm going to create a folder called Chapter 5. I can switch to the account admin. So all the worksheet within the folder will take the role account admin during the execution. Within the folder, I can create multiple worksheets and I can manage them logically. One of the important limitations that I cannot create folder inside a folder. So let's create a filter and see how we can use those filters within the worksheet. So I am clicking on this triple dot and I am clicking on the manage filter. As soon as I click on the manage filter, I land on this screen. I click on plus filter. Here I can give a name. I am creating filter name called chapter 05 date filter, and the keyword, a unique keyword which I need to give it, and I will give a description. And the role who owns and control this filter is system admin, and warehouse going to be used as a compute warehouse, and it is a query based filter. And if you see, you would come to know what does it mean. So I'm going to associate a query to populate the filter data. As soon as I click on that, I am choosing this TP-CHSF sample data. I am taking the order table. From the order table, I will take the order date. And this query will generate the filter value. So let me run this just to see, yeah, these dates are coming properly. And I click on this button, done. Now my filter is ready, and this is how it would look like, this CH05 date filter, and it would come in this format. And if I use this keyword in the query, this filter will be automatically enabled. And I can see this order date filter is created, which can be accessed through the name called CH05 date filter. And I'm done. Let me go back to my worksheet. To enable the filter, I have to use the where clause. So I can write a where clause, and right after the where clause, the moment I give semicolon, it will give me all the filters which are accessible and available to my role, and I have selected it. And from here, I can choose any particular date range and click on apply. So you can clear the changes or you can clear the apply. As soon as I click on the applying button, I get the result. And let me hide this stat. If I go to the order date, all my order dates are matching with this. So this is how you can use this filter, and you can use many filters together, and that is a powerful feature. You can also click on share button to share this filter based worksheet with other users within your organization. One nice feature Snowflake Snowsight has given, that you can toggle between the actual values versus the filter. So when I toggle it, it goes back with actual value, and again I can go back to the filter value. So this is how you can use this toggle button. So you see how powerful this worksheet within Snowsight, and many people do not know how to use Snowsight, and that's why they are still struggling with the legacy web UI. So let's cover the dashboard, one of the most important and powerful feature in Snowsight. And sometimes people compare the dashboard versus Power BI or a Tableau. In the dashboard, we can add a dashboard, we can manage the filter, what we have seen in a worksheet. We can also view the dashboard with recent, shared with me, and my dashboard, very similar to the worksheet. I can delete and duplicate dashboard. I can share a dashboard. Let's jump into our Snowsight page. If you do not have any dashboard, this screen will come blank. Let me click on this add dashboard button. So I'm creating my first dashboard. I'm in my first dashboard, and I can really choose the role and the compute from here. After all, the dashboard will bring the data from your worksheet. I can click on the new tile. This tile is nothing but a worksheet. I can go here. I can click on one of the sample data available. I can go to the order table, and here I can first run the query just to see what result does it bring. And what would I do? I will write a simple group by query to get the order priority. So I have written a query, select order status count group by order status, and I got a different result for order status. Now I would like to convert this result into a chart. I can also go and from here I can switch to my chart like this. So this is how I can make some minor changes, and once my changes are done, I can go back to the dashboard. And now my dashboard is up and running. I can click on a share and share this dashboard with any user within the organization. And I can click on the plus button. I can continue to add some more worksheet within that. So let me try something else. I'm going to add line item. First, let me see what all data does it have. If your data size is too big, probably the profiling may not work. So you have to be a little careful with this profiling feature. I can go with the line status. Let me run the query. Now I can convert this into a different chart. And then I can go back to my dashboard again. And this is how my dashboard looks like. Before I bring a filter, the filter is associated with a worksheet. So let me first add a worksheet, and here again I'm going to use my sample data. I'm going to use the order table. The moment I click on semicolon, I can get the order filter range. And the moment I select this, I get this order filter date. Now I choose this particular value and run my query. I am modifying this query a bit. So I got the result with this simple group by statement where I am calculating the total price for each clerk. Now let me choose a chart. So I selected a scattered chart and I'm going to add this to my dashboard. So just by going back to the dashboard, it adds this chart automatically. So the moment I added this chart, I can see the filter is available. And when I choose the filter to a different value and click on apply, my chart changes automatically. You can also click on this triple dot and you can see the view chart, edit query, duplicate tile, unplaced tile. Here I can also see all the dashboard which is shared with me, and also I can see all my dashboard. I can click on triple dot and I can manage the filter. So you can also manage the filter through the dashboard, and we have seen this in a worksheet. It's a similar procedure here also. So the same screen comes if I click on the manage filter. So it's not a different one. If I have a multiple dashboards, I can really click on a search and search those specific dashboard by its name. So this is how the dashboard functions looks like, and you can really create a complex and nice visualization using the dashboard function. And data tab is again a very powerful tab and helps you to navigate through the different objects which are available within your account. So we will cover the databases, shared data and marketplace, and we will see all the available submenus within them. So the moment I click on the data tab, it shows three menus. First is databases, shared data and marketplace. Right now I'm accessing this with the account admin. Now you can click on any one of the database. So for example, I click on my database, it will show information schema. And when I click on information schema, it will show only the view as available submenu. Here I can click on that and it will show all the views available. When you click on the views, it will show all the columns and the data preview, which is super handy. And you can see all the data preview, you can refresh it. And here also you can edit, drop and transfer ownership. So all those things are automatically available from this single page. If you have a lot of column, you can, here the number of columns are visible. You can click on a search. Like some of the SAP tables are having 300 and 400 columns. You can really search those columns very easy. So this makes our life very easy with respect to usability. Let me expand the schema called my schema. And here I have a couple of tables. I can click on my employee. Here you can see all the detail. It is a table. It is owned by account admin, when it was created, what is the number of rows and what is the size of rows. All those details are available. The table definition also appears pretty nice. You can see who all are having a different privileges. So account admin is having a privileges, system admin is having these privileges. This kind of view is not visible in your legacy web UI, and that makes our life very, very easy. You can also see all the columns. So it is a very similar, you can search for a column name and you can also see the data preview. So this is how this function works. When we go to the stages, right now I do not have stages, but when you click on the stages, it will show all the stages. You can go to the data pipeline, you can go to the function, and you can go to the procedure, and all those details would be available within the data pane. From here, you can also edit, drop, clone and transfer ownership. All those functions are very, very important and makes your life very easy. Let me show how the stages look like. You can, I'm going to a different CRM database, where I have a shipping data stage. When I click on that, it also shows that this is external stage and it was created a week ago. It is owned by security admin and it has a location on AWS. So this is how you can really see all the other objects available under your database and schema. If I go back to the main menu, I can create a database. So my database is created successfully. I call it chapter 5 database. When I click on this database, I can see my information schema is available automatically and my public database is also available automatically. Within the public database, I do not have any tables, any stages and any pipeline. When I click on this, I can create a schema. Now my chapter 5 schema is created, and all those objects are created with the role account admin. So account admin is the owner. When I click on chapter 5 schema, it will start showing everything, and here you can create tables, you can see views, you can create stages, you can create pipelines, functions, and procedures. It does not have a data format yet. I do not know when Snowflake would add the format object. Now let's go to the shared data. Shared data is a very simple thing. What has been shared with you, what you are sharing, and if you have any reader account. So these are the shared object with this account, and I have my share object which I am sharing outside, and if I have any reader account, that detail will come here. I can also click a reader account. When I go back here, I can also share the data from this menu. So this is a pretty simple menu. When I click on a marketplace, it takes some time and it will show me all the data available in the marketplace, and you can really click on a whether if there is any free data. You can view the database, or you can also add that database from here if it is freely available for you. Here it says it is free, so you can have unlimited access, and you can really add the data from the marketplace for queries and any kind of computation. So this is how the data menu looks like, which covers your databases, shared data object, and marketplace data. Now let's discuss about the compute tab. So compute tab has a query history, warehouse, you can add warehouses, and also you can do the resource monitoring, and you can add the resource monitoring. So let's quickly jump into the compute tab and see how does it look like. So when you click on a compute tab, it displays three menus: query history, warehouse, and resource monitoring. If you click on a query history, it will show all the queries which is visible, and it has a nice feature. You can view the result, you can directly copy from here, and it shows the status in a different color code: total duration, user warehouse. You can also click on this column and you can adjust the number of column which you want to see on your page. You can also apply a filter. You can enable and disable through this toggle bar. When we talk about status, you can click on that and you can only see the blocked running. So for example, I want to see only the failed, or I want to see the blocked query or the queued query, through which you can do. So this makes our life relatively easy compared to legacy web UI. When I click on this, it takes me to the query history page. Here I can really see the query, what query has been executed. I can open the query in a worksheet, and I can also copy it, and I can also see the view result. So this optimizes our navigation path compared to the legacy web UI, and it also has a nice color coding and everything. Let me go to the warehouse. So it shows me all the warehouse which is currently available in my account, what is started and suspended. You can also search. If you have a lot of warehouse, you can also search through this search box. You can also see suspended, started, and you can also see by size. So this is a nice one. I can also create a warehouse very similar what we have seen in our legacy web UI. You can create a warehouse with advanced option, auto suspend, auto resume, and all those features. If it is a multi-cluster, you click on that, and your mode, which we have two mode like auto scale and maximized, along with minimum cluster and maximum cluster, all those options will be visible. Very similar to the legacy web UI. Here I have a triple dot. In the triple dot, I can resume, edit, resume, drop, and transfer ownership. So this is a very simple screen, and this is how you can operate on this screen. Let's go to the resource monitors. Generally, resource monitors are for DevOps team, data ops team, administrative team. Here I can create a resource monitor, and so here I can really specify, what is the name of the resource monitor and what kind of customization I want to have that. So I can choose a monthly plan. I can apply the monthly plan, and I can say that when it is 90% filled, create a resource monitor. So my resource monitor is created successfully. I am switching to the legacy web UI so I can show how this resource monitor looks in the legacy web UI. So this is also very similar, but not that intuitive and that attractive as it looks on the Snow site. So this is how the compute tab includes query history, warehouse, and resource monitor, all related with the compute. How the accounts tab looks like. Very important, specifically if you are an administrator or an architect and you want to control the cost and the total monitoring of your Snowflake account. So the account tab includes usage, roles, user, security, and billing. Let's see how do they look in Snow site. So when I click on this account tab, here I can see usage, role, user, security, and billing. The usage tab comes automatically. Here you would be able to see all your consumption detail, and it shows very nicely. When you go to the storage, it will show all your storage cost. When you come to the transfer, if there is any transfer cost, it will show you all the data transfer cost. So this is how this usage tab looks like. Most probably you will not have access to this menu. However, if you're using a free edition, you can certainly see. When I click on the role tab, it shows a nice graph, and the role tab appears in a graph way and the table way. Let me explain you the table way first. So here it shows all the roles which is available, and you can find when it is created, who is the owner, and there is a triple dot where you can grant, invoke, you can manage global privileges, and you can also manage edit role and drop role. So this is how this triple dot helps you to do that. When you click on this line item, it again take you to the different page where it will tell you everything about that role, who all falls under the role hierarchy from this role up and down. Let me switch back to graph. So the graph view is divided into three parts. You have a left pan, you have a middle pan, and you have a right pan. I can shrink this by clicking on this arrow sign. And if you have a lot of role hierarchy, maybe it will look a little clumsy. However, you can use this plus and minus icon to see it appropriately. You can also click on this button. So if you are too small, you can click on this button to bring it back to the normal. Unfortunately, I cannot shrink this left panel. Probably if they allow us to shrink this left panel, I can get little bigger canvas here. If I hover on this role, it shows me what is a role name. It is owned by Snowflake. When it is created, it is granted to 4 different roles, and this role is granted to 1 user. So this is a very summary level information. If you click on a triple dot, and if you want to focus on this role, you can get the entire view and the hierarchy below it through the focus. So this is a very, very powerful feature which Snowflake has added through the Snowsight, which is not available in your legacy web UI and not available in any other interfaces provided by the Snowflake. So I really love this feature. So how to go back? So if you click on this icon, it will go back to the normal view. And here you can see org admin, it is not assigned to any user. Here I have a public, it is assigned to all user. And here I have a QA tester, which is assigned to 2. However, this role is not inherited by any other role. So this also gives you that different roles which are not assigned to any user or which are not assigned to any other role or not granted to any other role, you can really review from this role menu. Let's go to the users. So pretty simple page. You can see all the user where their display name, status, last login, and owner. You can also apply the search function by owner, by status. When you click on this particular line item, you can see rest of the detail about that user. Let's jump into the security. Security is, again, if you want to apply a network security and you want to restrict and allow certain IPs, you can do that. You can create a network policy. I'm not going to block anything for my free registration. I will jump to the session. So different sessions made from the different IP addresses, all those details are available. We have seen this in a legacy web UI in detail. There is not much difference. Now let's go to the billing tab. If you have administrative access, you can certainly see the billing detail, or if you are using a free account and you want to convert it into the paid account, you can click on the credit card detail and you can start using the paid version of Snowflake. And I'm quickly covering the classic console and switch account function, and this switch account function is not available in our classic web UI. So let's jump into our Snowsight page. So when you click on the classic console, it will open the classic website and it will allow you to log in to the classic website. If you click on this menu here, it shows very nicely. You can sign out from this account. And right now I logged in with my MC73521 as an admin. And this is Azure East US 2 Virginia. And this is how the detail looks like. Very nice. And this is an enterprise edition, and the locator is this. And if I go to this one, which is I'm already signed out, here I can also see what is my organization, what is my cloud provider, in which region I am in, and what is my edition which is not available, and my locator. So I do not know why this edition is not available, unless otherwise you logged in, it will not allow you to get into that. Yes, we have covered pretty much from profile to worksheet to dashboard to data, compute, and account. I hope you have really enjoyed this overall video, and there are a lot more to learn, and this is really a powerful tool which is least used by most of the Snowflake ETL developer and architect and even managers and business analyst. So we have covered almost all the menus. Feel free to write your comment if you feel that I have to make a very specific video from this different function and different menus and how to use them effectively. We have learned a lot of things. Let's quickly recap what we have covered: how to access Snowsight app from your Snowflake legacy web UI, some of the key differences between Snowflake legacy web UI and Snowsight app, different menus and features provided by them, and what kind of role can access those features and menus, how to use folders, worksheet, data profiling, and worksheet sharing features, how to use dashboards and filter, how to share a dashboard and worksheet with other account users, how to use account tabs and role hierarchy visualization, which gives graph and table views, how to switch from one account to another account. What we have learned in this chapter 5: how to access and enable Snowsight app one-time setup, overall navigation and menu access for different roles, compute, data and account features and sub-features, SQL worksheet, dashboard and other share features, features and limitation of Snowsight app, upload, download, file format, execution detail, etc. What's our next chapter? Snowflake unique feature, one of the most important chapter, the chapter 6. Thank you for watching this Snowflake tutorial video series. If you have any constructive feedback or area of improvement or anything else, please share your comment. Refer to the description section below for additional documentation, tutorial links, and supporting reading materials. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of my latest videos and data engineering educational content. Please like and share the video with your team and other Snowflake enthusiasts. I have a disclaimer. Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse is a software as a service and hence upgrade itself more frequently and also enhances existing ones and fixes bugs on a weekly basis. By the time you finish watching this series, some of the features will be changed or upgraded or become obsolete. Hence, my recommendation to my audiences is to refer the latest Snowflake documentation beside referring to my video content. I also add those upgrades, updates, and deprecated item if applicable in the context of this video content in the description section, as well as pin them as my first comment so you don't carry any incorrect information from this video series. Happy learning and enjoy this series.